Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Supratim and today we will be talking about how you can crack job interviews after your PhD, okay? So I'm a final stage doctoral scholar at SPJ Institute of Management and Research in Mumbai, which is known as SPJ-IMR. So stick with me. I'm going to discuss this topic with you today, that how you can crack the business school job interview for faculty positions after your PhD or towards the end of your PhD program, okay? So a little bit about myself. So I am a couple of weeks away of submitting my thesis. And by this time, I already have, 4 or 5 job offers from, different places, some business schools, some universities, etc. So during this process, which is my journey, I have discovered certain things. And what I've understood that many people face some certain challenges, you know. So today I thought that I'll be making a video and I'll make it available to all of you. I hope you will get the benefit of this video. Okay. So if you like the content, please do subscribe and like my channel. It will of course help me reach more people like you. Okay. So first thing first, you know, uh, PhD is not for everybody. You know that. If you are towards the end of your PhD program, that means you really have something within you, and you're really a dedicated person, a hardworking person, an intelligent person, blah blah blah. Okay, these all the things are correct. But we also know that PhD takes a lot of time and energy from us, right? So it keeps us engaged for a long period of time. And what happens? People say that we do not socialize. Halaki, this is not the case, right? So I meet with a lot of scholars from a lot of institutes in India, and I regularly discuss with them, and many of us are really good friends actually. So ऐसा नहीं है, people are really like, when they have to give time to family and friends, they are all for it, okay? And I think it's a good combination. So one more thing, guys, like my videos will have a little bit of Hindi here and there because there's the flow and because of that reason. But I can assure you that people who are not comfortable with Hindi, you will not have any problem at all understanding the video. You will get to know everything, okay? Because it all depends on the content and the flow and the way I'm speaking, okay? So, uh, so nothing to worry on that part, right? Okay. So the thing I was saying, PhD will take a lot of energy from you. इसमें क्या होता है? Sometimes we miss certain things. So one of the things that we miss is networking. The other thing that we miss is planning for the future. Like after PhD, what I'm supposed to do, right? We think that once we are nearing the PhD, then somehow things will happen. So ऐसा नहीं होता है. Somehow things will never happen. You have to plan it and you have to make it happen. Okay. So the best tip which I can give all of you is start early. Start early, and start early. But itna bhi early nahi that it takes a toll on you. Okay. So you have to find a sweet spot. You have to find a sweet spot. Probably when you are in the 4th year, or India where management PhD is generally between around 4 years in most of the places, 4, 5, 6 years. So it is in that range. Okay. So जब आपको लगे, when you think that you may submit your thesis probably in the next 7, 8, 9 months, and you have to find that sweet spot, जहाँ पे you can devote certain amount of time for these kind of activities, because most of us know that research already says we all have limited amount of mental cognitive ability within a given span of time. Okay, so we need to use it judiciously for the things which matters to us. So one of the most important things that we need to keep in mind is you have to devote time, start early. So for example, मैंने शुरू किया था when I was the end of my, like when I realized that over the next 10, 11 months, I will be able to submit my thesis. Most of the things are done because, we are engaged in a lot of activities like any other PhD students. You have to be with the department, you have to do your paper publishing activity, you have to attend conferences, and this is all for own good. Because, so for example, me, I love to go to different conferences. I get to know what is the current status of research in our country, and I can meet so many people. So that's a huge activity. And then paper writing, editing, all the things are there. Then some of us are, many people these days, they try to review papers for different conferences and journals, which also take a lot of time. Plus your own thesis work is there, your own dissertation is there, your own writing, all those things are there. Okay. So you have to find a sweet spot where you are able to give, certain portion of your time for your job searching activity. And I have seen many people who keep it towards the end, and then हड़बड़ी में जल्दबाजी में वो time की deadline में वो लोग फंस जाते हैं. So you should start early. Another reason why you should start early is, academia, what I've seen from my experience. Okay, it's a little bit slower than the corporate world for hiring process. And I think it is, it is the norm everywhere, because before coming to PhD, like I've been associated with some business schools, both in full-time capability and as a visiting person capability. Okay. So generally in the academia, people take their own sweet time, because, you know, they are also very choosy. They also want to select the right person. So you'll be joining an institute as a professor. So they want to be very sure that they are also taking the right person for this job. So it takes time. I'm not saying this is the norm, because मेरे साथ ही हुआ है, there are exceptions. There are exceptions where universities or institutes will respond really fast and they will finish the process early. ऐसा होता है, मेरे साथ भी हुआ है. However, the general trend is they will take time. Okay. तो normally आप तो 6-7 months, you know, 4 to 6 months आप पकड़ के ही चलो कि normally people will take time, but as I say, there are exceptions also, right? So this is another reason why you should start early. The second thing is that you have to understand the requirement. Okay. So PhDs may, during our doctoral journey, what we do, we focus too much on research, because we're trying to learn some things, right? And then we need to make a mark also. So and there are a lot of places where we try to, as I said, make a mark. So for example, conference में जब हम जाते हैं, so in conference we think that we need to get the award, because there are a lot of awards these days, best paper award, runners up award, this grant, that grant, a lot of things are there. So if you get those things, obviously it adds a lot of weightages to your profile. But it takes a lot of commitment also from your side. Okay. So PhDs may mostly we are focusing on learning things, on the research side. But I would say, if it is possible, try to understand the art of teaching. So you should be able to pinpoint professors jinka style you appreciate. So all of us, we appreciate teaching style of certain professors, right? Try to be with them. Try to see how they're conducting the classes. Okay. Try to understand the nitty-gritties of teaching, because teaching is an art actually. ठीक है, knowledge तो आप सीख जाओगे, knowledge gathering में कोई problem नहीं है, but delivering that knowledge is actually an art, according to me. So this art you have to understand, and then people should be liking you also. For example, जब हम लोग क्लास में जाते हैं, when we go to the class and when professors come there, right? So as a student, we also appreciate the teaching style of certain professors, and probably will not be able to, we may not be able to connect with certain teachers. So ये आपके साथ भी होगा, है ना? तो आपको इस पे ध्यान देना है. You should be able to understand what are the qualities that will make your teaching attractive to your audience. ठीक है. So this is individual, because हर किसी की जो तरीके होते हैं सिखाने का वो अलग अलग होते हैं. So the way I will give lecture, the way you will give lecture, they might be different, but you need to make sure that it is attractive to the people whom you are serving. At the end of the day, we are serving to them, right? And being a faculty, I think it's a great honor for us also. So that's the second thing. Third thing is, what I've understood, that apart from being a good teacher, you should also be a good researcher, right? So you need to have certain points which demonstrates that you are a good teacher and which demonstrates that you are a good researcher. And this is an ideal combination for getting good job offers, right? Now you spend some time. How can you project that you are a good teacher and how can you project that you are a good researcher? All right. So you have to think on these lines, and you have to make sure that you achieve those objectives. So if your university institute allows you to become visiting faculty to certain places, please, with their permission, please go there, give some lectures. I would go on say that you can also volunteer. Don't think about payments, all these kind of things. वो बाद में आएगा. But अगर आप कुछ lectures as a volunteering activity भी आप देते हो different places में, it also add to your profile, and you can get to know your feedback, how you are teaching. Okay. फिर you can conduct workshops, you can conduct other in association with your faculty at your institutes or faculty of other institutes, in association with them, you can conduct a lot of training programs, a lot of FDPs or MDPs you can be a part of, and they are always looking for people. If you're there to help, and if they think that you can help, पहली बार अगर आपको चांस नहीं मिला तो आप सीख लेना. You just be persistent, and everything in we get in life through persistence and effort only, right? So you have to make sure that you have this access. All right. If you have prior teaching experience, आपके पास students feedback है, आपके पास teaching experience है, so that's okay. That's not a problem. But if you do not have that, then try to make sure that you gain some perspective from that end. All right. या तो visiting position में जाओ, या तो you give certain lectures, या तो आप you tag along with other faculty, and you take few sessions, let him or her take the other sessions, or you be part of some kind of FDPs or MDPs at your institutions or other institutions. You find out a way. The main thing is that you need to get access to it. All right. And being a PhD student, it may not be difficult, because all of all of our institutions, they actually want us to become better academicians in the future. If they see that you are hungry, and आपके अंदर भूख है, you are hungry for this, they will definitely recommend something to you. Okay. So this is one. Second is you have to demonstrate that you are a good researcher also. How to do that? So either you will have good publications in your name, or they are in the pipeline. All right. So या तो review की stage में है, या तो RNR की stage में है, which is review and resubmit उस stage में है, या तो you have been participating in certain good conferences, okay, जहाँ पे आपकी पेपर की सिलेक्शन होती है, and then you are able to present there, all these kind of things. Yeah, it is difficult. It will take some time, but that's the only way. You have to give indication that you are a good researcher. Okay. या तो आपकी published paper है, या तो आपकी pipelines में है, and you have to convince them. आपके पास अच्छे conference की वो होनी चाहिए. And these days, people are also reviewing for a lot of conferences. So you can become reviewer for conferences also, right? You'll be getting to know how people are writing papers, and the more you review papers, आपकी खुद की skills improve हो जाएंगे धीरे धीरे. Because आपको shortcomings दिखेगा, because research में कहाँ पे improve और किए जा सकते हैं, all these things you'll be suggesting to other people. So for that, you have to upgrade your thought process also, your skills also, right? So these are also the things which matters. So these two things matter. So start early first. You have to network with people, and then you have to create this profile in such a way that you have teaching experience or teaching, something to show, and then research maybe you have to project yourself. Okay. Fourth, conferences. I cannot stress enough the importance of conferences. I mean, मेरे लिए तो conference का एक ही objective है, that is networking. Okay. Networking and networking. Okay. Conferences are the places for that. You get to meet senior professors, the leaders from the areas you need to meet. You can meet the existing scholars from that area. All right. So it's a beautiful thing. Actually, it's a beautiful thing to do that. And आपको बहुत सारे leads मिल जाएंगे. आपको पता चलेगा कौन सी जगह में requirement है, and कौन सी institutes will value you. You'll get to know slowly if you start attending conferences and speak to a lot of people. Okay. Don't be ऐसा नहीं कि आप push कर रहे हो. Don't push these things too much. Nobody will like it. But try and understand. If you want to go in that institution, what are the criteria people are looking for. So you will get to know. And then the other thing is, apply that. What I think is important, you can apply directly to the institutions. Okay. Also, अगर आपको visiting faculty के role चाहिए, you can also reach out to the director or the area chairs of those institutions जहाँ पे आप पढ़ाना चाहते हो. Obviously, your institution should allow it. So if you are a full-time scholar, जब तक आप stipend ले रहे हो, probably your institution will not allow. That's fine. Once your stipend stops, after that you can continue this thing, okay? And if you do not take any money as a volunteering activity, you can definitely go and do that. You can tag along with other faculty also. So these are all the things you are doing to create your base. Once the institution likes you and you like the institute, you know, because what I understood is most of the institutions are constantly looking for good people, constantly. All right. So if you're able to forge a relationship with, let's say, 2, 3, 4 institutions, it will be very, very easy for you, extremely easy for you. They just need to know you and you need to know them. That's all. In academia, most of the institutions are always in search for good people, either for full-time positions or for visiting positions. Okay. मेरे साथ ऐसा भी हुआ है. So I used to be visiting faculty to a place for 1 semester. Okay. तो उसके बाद so पहले they had approached me and I told them that no boss, I'm really busy with my thesis work. उस टाइम पे मैं बहुत busy था thesis के लिए and I'll not be able to give time. They said fine, we will contact you next semester. So next semester they reached me. I took few classes in that semester and then they had scheduled a proper interview for me and then they had given me a job offer. Okay. So this is all based on connection. Similarly, with another university, what happened, I had directly applied. I had gone to the website, directly applied. In another university, what happened, I had met one professor at a conference and I liked his approach on certain things. All right. So I was in touch with him. And one fine morning, I just asked him that, sir, do you think I should apply? And is there any vacancy? Do you think I can qualify for this? He said, try to karke dekho. There is no harm in trying. Just go and do that. And I did that. And then they set a proper interview. I mean, professor ने set नहीं किया, obviously. The university has set it, the proper interview. उनके जो panels होते हैं, जो होते हैं, जो भी all the protocols and processes they have followed, everything was followed. And then they issued me an offer. So there are other cases also like this. Okay. So I'll say कि हड़बड़ी में मत करो. No, don't do जल्दबाजी. This is the biggest mistake which people make. Okay? अगर आपके पास लास्ट के 3, 4 महीने बाकी है and you start hunting for jobs, उसमें प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. You start early. आपको दिखे कि नेक्स्ट 10, 11 मंथ में या तो as per your thing, I mean whenever you are confident of, but I will suggest keep at least 6 months. 6 months की लिए period तो रखी दो and then you try. So at least 6 to 8 months जब आपको लगे कि your thesis is about to get submitted and आप confident हो, you can take out some of your mental energy and resources to focus on these activities. Go ahead and do that. It will be really helpful for you. So I think this video was really helpful for you. If you have any other questions or you want to reach me, please comment below. I'll try to respond. All right. So wishing you all the very best. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.